Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and I am back with day number 11 for the March Madness Sketch Challenge with Scrap Now, Sleep Later. This is the sketch that we're going to be using, and I changed it up a little bit, and I'm going to be using this Echo Park collection called Reflections. I pulled this collection out because of the keys. These photos are of the escape room that we did when we were on our cruise for my 40th birthday. And I thought that the keys were a perfect piece. The sketch itself calls for like a bigger pattern paper down at the bottom, so I thought the keys would be perfect for that. And then I pulled out this green paper to mat the photos on the left-hand side. Now, it does call for a square photo, but I decided that I was going to take a 4x6 photo and then two 2x3 photos, and that makes up kind of the square there. Now I do want to apologize because there are a lot of black boxes on this particular video. Normally when I am scrapbooking people who are not my immediate family, I always cover up their faces, and I completely forgot to do that in this particular video. You know, it's March Madness, it's a daily layout. I probably would have not uploaded this video had it not been for March Madness, but I was like, I'm still gonna do it. I'm just gonna put the black boxes on it and I'm just gonna go. And I didn't realize how much work that was gonna be. I realized that I forgot to do it at the very end. So there's like maybe a minute at the very end of the video where there's no black boxes. I'm sorry for that, but I wanna make sure that I am protecting the privacy of the people in the photos. So I don't follow the sketch a whole lot. Like really kind of the background pieces is what I follow. From there, I just take it in its own way. Over on the far left-hand side is a photo of myself and my two friends who I went on the cruise with, and we are in front of the telescope that the entire escape room was based around. Underneath that is a picture of the actual like escape room title that was like right outside of the escape room. There's like a TV that had display of the information about what we were about to do. So I took a picture of that, and then I actually got a close-up picture of the telescope. So that's my square photo, is what the sketch calls for, over on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side of the layout, it calls for just two photos up at the top and just a pattern paper down the strip. And I did start out with that clock paper that you would have saw at the beginning of the video. But then my photos are 2x3 instead of 2x2, and I just had too many of them. I eliminated the clock paper. I knew that it would just be covered up, and just did a row of photos down there. And those photos are like the detailed shots from the escape room. There are different puzzles inside the escape room, and after we had escaped, and I say that in quotations, I went around and took photos of like different areas that we had completed, like the different puzzles that we had completed, and that's what's over there. Unfortunately, because it was like super dark, these photos are like blue, like they're all have a blue hue over it, which is unfortunate, but like that's just, it is what it is, and I'm just gonna go with it. And it's not like I can retake the photos from the cruise. On the right hand side of the layout, it calls for a set of photos in that yellow area, and the photos are supposed to be 2x2, but again, mine were 2x3. And so I did end up eliminating one of the photos, and I just have the 3 photos there. And those photos are the screens or the area when we completed a particular section. Like there was a telescope collaboration that we completed. There was a puzzle break center that we completed. And then we also got the congratulations at the end when we escaped. And the clock there that says the 10:48, that's how many minutes we had left on the clock. We had almost 11 minutes left to escape. It was so much fun. It was definitely something that I would recommend if you're on Royal Caribbean. It was a really awesome experience. Each one of the ships have their own escape rooms. Even if you're doing multiple cruises, you still have the ability to do multiple escape rooms, and this one was definitely a lot of fun. Over on the far left-hand side, I put my title of Escape Room Cruise Style. The title is very hard to see on the video, but it does stand out because it has like this like glittery effect to it, and it really stands out against those keys, and you'll see that in the close-ups. And then I just used some tile stickers for the cruise style part of the title. I looked through the stickers of this collection and I was able to pull out a couple of them. I have this like brown flower and it doesn't really go with anything, but the colors matched and I was just going with it. Then I also pulled out a key and then this little tag that said number 1, because obviously we were number 1 if we were able to escape. And then over on the left hand side in that cluster, I added a little clock and a little ticket that says admit 1. Now you can see here, this is where I remembered to cover up their faces, so you're actually able to see the full layout. Down at the bottom right hand side, I have a little globe and a flower from the sticker sheet. But then I started to pull out from my embellishment book. I got a little gear, and then I also pulled in some wood veneer stars, as well as some enamel shapes in a brown, a gray, and then like this burgundy red color. So I do want to remind you guys to go check out the Scrap Now, Sleep Later Facebook group. There is a $10 fee to join the Facebook group for March Madness. There's no fee to join the Scrap Now, Sleep Later. You do have to pay that fee up front, and then you'll be entered into the Facebook group. Once you're in, you'll be access to each one of the sketches every day. They're posted at 9 a.m. If you complete it by 9 a.m. the next day, you are entered in for a chance to win a daily prize. And then there's also weekly prizes and a grand prize at the end of the month. So even though it's past the first of the month, you still have that opportunity to win the grand prize as long as you finish all 31 layouts. And I think she's doing the deadline like sometime in April. I think she's giving you guys a couple days in April to make sure that you're able to complete those. All right, so I definitely rambled on way past the video. You saw my final layout as well as some close-ups. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.